Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, and as well Capricorn Rising weekly general tarot reading April 26th up until May 2nd, 2021. And should you find yourself being interested in a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below. And there you're going to see a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, I'm moving to the general reading of Capricorn straight away. And the first card of your spread, guys, is going to be the Knight of Swords, followed by the Four of Swords. Moving next, we do have Six of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Cups, and the last one we do have for your spread, that is going to be the Tower card. Right, so that is quite of a I would say quite of a common follow-up of cards, and it pretty much speaks about some kind of a resolution that you are going to come up to. And as the Tower stands at the end, that will be a grand resolution. In fact, it's going to be some kind of an answer that you are trying to find out for a very, very long time, and it will concern in generally how you interact with life. And the reading here starts, or the week itself, just give me a second. The week itself starts with this individual showing up into your life. Now that could be somebody you know, or it could be somebody brand new that you're just gonna get introduced to. And the Knights of Swords, these are a truth seekers in the sense of that they are trying to solve riddles and puzzles of life itself. That being said, these individuals, they are very sharp in mind. What I'm trying to say is that their intellectual capabilities are pretty strong and pretty high. And for that reason, that could be a counselor even, that could be, I don't know, somebody who pretty much it is unaffected by your situation, but in the same time, it's very attuned into it, all right? It's very familiar with the situation itself. So Knight of Swords, when it comes to a decision making, because that's what all boils down to, all right? This person is gonna help you to make some kind of a decision. When it comes to decision making, Knights of Swords, they never overlook their emotions. In fact, this is the only Court of Swords that take emotions under consideration, and whatever they decide at the end of the day, whatever decision they are going to help you make, that decision is going to be aligned with your emotions, meaning that the decision that you're going to make at the end, it will be logically approved, meaning that it's going to make sense, and in the same time you are going to like how you make your decision or what you make your decision toward. And so that person appears, and the next card right away kicks in, and that is the Four of Swords. And very quickly, this individual becomes a very loyal and faithful companion of yours that you feel like you can talk about literally anything in life. Now, when I say that the core reason, or rather like the purpose of the Knight of Swords, it's to help you make some kind of a breakthrough, that doesn't mean that other interactions with this person are excluded. It's just within this week that is going to be the primary objective out there. So with the Four of Swords, like I said, they will very quickly going to win your heart, if I may say it that way. And it's simply, they will, like I said, become very loyal and very faithful to you. Together you're gonna start talking about many stuff, especially stuff that you see as an issue, as you consider as a predicament, stuff that you do see as major problems. And their approach of talking with you, their approach, I mean the approach of the Knight of Swords, talking to you is going to be very direct, honest, and genuine. And at the end of this energy of the Four of Swords, if not anything else, guys, you will know how exactly you feel about everything, okay? So that by itself is a huge answer to one's status. It's huge answer to future actions as well. How do you feel about your romantic interest? How do you feel about your career, and so on and so forth? If you do have those questions and you're not sure how you feel about something, this is the moment where you will very well know how you feel about one thing or another. And right after that, we go to the Six of Pentacles. And that is, Six of Pentacles here plays a role if you do imagine that your life is that your life is the spine of your existence. Six of Pentacles plays the role as a chiropractic adjustment of the spine. This is the moment where the hierarchy pretty much takes its place, and I don't know how to explain it. Well, there are so many things that are going to happen when the hierarchy regains balance. Simply, you will know how you fit in there, and not just only that, but as well the life itself, your situation itself are going to take off a natural course. Many of arguments, say with many people around you, and not just only arguments with people, but as well arguments with the situations also that you are not feeling good about, they're going to snap into places. With the Six of Pentacles as well, you will understand your own personal strength, and also what is going to come to your conclusion at that point, that while with the Knight of Swords, you are deliberating and you're finding a way through, you're talking about the breakthrough and so on and so forth, you are the only one who can make it, okay? And ultimately, at the end, no matter how much help you get from one place or another, the final push boils down to you. The final push is dependent on you itself. But that being said, at this stage of the week, which should be towards the middle of the week, you are gonna find a lot of a resolution to many of your concerns and many of your worries as well. And only thing that it is to be left there to be made, it is just to go with the flow and do what is needed, which is not going to be something extraordinary. It is going to fall into the framework of already existing civilization of yours. And right after that, we do have the Queen of Cups, and that now is going to be somebody that you do know already. Very, very good friend of yours. It could be as well your mother or a motherhood figurine in your life. And the purpose of the Queen of Cups, of this individual, is to emotionally support you. While Knight of Swords supports you mentally, this one supports you emotionally, and this individual as well, it's a very, very discreet. So what is the purpose of the Queen of Cups, aside of supporting you emotionally, telling you everything is going to be all right, you got to do what you got to do, but I'm always going to be there to give you a shoulder to lean on, to give you a shoulder to cry on as well, and to talk with you for whatever you want to talk about, without judging you, without adjudicating one thing or another to you. So the purpose of the Queen of Cups is to point you the things that matters. The purpose is to point you what will have a long-term unfoldment, rather than something just a momentarily, how can I say, consumable, right? And just to give you an example here, if you are deliberating with the Knight of Swords about some kind of a resolution to a project of yours, and you come up to a few options available, that either of them works for you and you feel good about either of these options available, Queen of Cups is going to be able to point you the one that will have the most longevity into, and that is narrowing down even further what you're coming up into. And the results of all that up until now is a mental and emotional stability of yours, Capricorn, because you're going to need it, guys, because we are approaching the very last card of the spread, and that is going to be the Tower. And this is the answer, right? So the answer is nothing like anything you would have done before. The Tower card, it is when you have to, especially with this narrative, it is where you will have to literally bring down all of the aspects of that situation. What I mean, destroy it straight away, and then rebuild it back again. The Tower manifests itself with a very unpleasant symptoms. Okay, it's just some people are feeling really lost in it. Some people are feeling that their life is ripped off their chests. Some people feel like there is no point moving forward anymore, and so on and so forth. It's pretty much the Tower is everything you have built gone. You're no longer there. It's just, yeah. But Tower gives you the opportunity to rebuild it back again and to make it way more thriving than before. And just to give you examples of my private practice with the Tower card, very often comes about, or not often, but sometimes comes about as a unplanned pregnancy. Sometimes comes about as a crush that you may have into somebody. You know, sometimes comes about when you do lose a big client of your business. It's just nothing works out at the very final line. That client withdraws or kind of like make severance, and that devastates you, you know, but that allows you to rebuild your business around something else that will be way more thriving. The unplanned pregnancy gives you the opportunity, it destroys your stage of relationship, and now you have to rebuild it back but make it much more stronger, where you may plan for a engagement, marriage, family, and so on and so forth. The crush that you may have may destroy your current relationship, but it is a predisposition for a much better one that you may have with a person you have crushed upon, right? So it's, yeah, it comes with a very unpleasant symptoms and circumstances, but ultimately what its purpose is to, how can I say, it is to make your life a much more wider, because the Tower stands for everything you have built, and it cannot go any further than that. I mean, you have built it in such a way that you cannot build anymore, neither on top of it or around it or left or right center, right? It is what it is. There is no growth anymore, and therefore it needs to be destroyed so you can rebuild it again. But this time around, build it in a much different fashion. This time around, build it according to your ideals and to your standards. And that is the purpose of the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups being there. The Knight of Swords to tell you what you have to rebuild, and the Queen of Cups to support you through rebuilding it, because it's going to be a difficult job. It's going to be emotionally consuming job for you to do, to rebuild your love life or to rebuild your career life. But it's something you have to do by yourself, with the emotional support of the Queen of Cups. So that being said, Capricorn, this was your weekly general tarot reading, guys, April 26th up until May 2nd, 2021. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.